Ewan here from the2traders.com. This is a pretty big video for me. As some of you might have seen, Friday was the biggest trading day I've ever had. It was $5,000 profit for the day, just for the 24-hour period, and since then I'm actually up $1,200 from the weekend, which puts me up just over $6,000 since Friday morning. So I'm pretty happy here, and I want to just do a video update and talk through these moves that have gone so well. So the first one is Bitcoin. You've probably seen recently the Bitcoin's again making all-time highs. I actually entered this move in mid-October, actually all the way down at the 500 level. But I closed out a bit prematurely, and I closed this day here, I think, this kind of 6,000 region. Made a little bit of profit, and then we saw this move up to the 8,000 level, which I missed out on. And then it crashed back. So I could have closed, kind of held and caught up here, but equally I could have been unlucky and ended up closing back down here. So I got unlucky just to close a little bit early, but again, I missed out this move, but I got in again. So it's good discipline to make sure I took the next signal. So a lot of you out there might be kind of thinking they've missed the boat here, or even kind of ready to short here. And it's quite common for people to kind of get bitter with the market and not trade the next signal because they missed out something like this. But I took this next signal, which was up towards the around the 8,000 level, and you can see in the last 3 days we've pushed up really quickly from 8,200 towards the 9,600 mark. Now what I'm expecting here is the 10,000 is going to be kind of really significant upside resistance, because this level is kind of so psychologically significant. Everyone's been talking about $10,000 Bitcoin for at least the last year or so. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot of profit taken around this region. But I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to hold it for now. And if we start to see kind of quick reversals, I'll be closing the position. I think I haven't got my actual account up at the moment, but I think I'm about $2,000 profit on Bitcoin, maybe a little bit lower, because the volatility is pretty high around here. So I actually end up with a pretty wide stop loss. But I think I'm around the kind of $1,500, $2,000 mark in terms of profit on this. But just keep an eye out for reversals around this 10,000 level. It might reverse very quickly around here, or we might see it kind of consolidate and maybe retest this a few times. Ideally, we'll see it just kind of smash through as if it's not there. We'll keep making a bit more money, but I think it's risen pretty quickly as it is, so we're going to see some profit taken at some point in the near future. So just be aware of that. On the Ethereum front, again, this was a huge one. I got in this really early as well, so I'm very happy with this move. I signaled this to all my followers 2 weeks ago, so if you got on that, well done. If not, then make sure you keep updated with the signals, because some of these are really coming through recently. So I actually signaled on this day here, down at the 330 level, after we broke out of this what was actually a very boring 3 months, kind of September, October, November, I'd say. Pretty difficult to make any significant profits on these, especially with the kind of size of the spreads on this market. So very boring period here. I actually bought on what I'd argue is the perfect day up on here, and actually had a pretty good stop loss. It was around a kind of 320 level, and the market actually dropped to 323, I think. So nearly got stopped out, but didn't. So the kind of stop loss width was ideal for the upside move. And now we've come all the way from the 335 mark to the 473. Now I also highlight this big pennant that we've got trading on the daily time frame, which dates back to kind of mid-May, kind of start of June. And we broke out on the upside of this, when was it, 4 or 5 days ago. And I actually expected this level to hold a bit more solidly, because this is the all-time high. It's the 400 level, probably quite psychologically significant, some people. And I also thought we'd kind of see a bit more resistance here from people profit taking back here, but we didn't. Just kind of smashed all the way through, spiked up to 425, then closed around 403. So I guess within here we probably have some sort of pullback on the hourly chart, but nothing we can see in the daily. And then on Friday again, we saw it smash up from 400 all the way to 475, which was unbelievable. This is my biggest trade at the moment, I think. On plus 500, I'm up about $2,500, and on eToro I'm up about $1,000 again. So it's about $3,500 profit just on this move. So really good here. And what we've seen in the last 3 days is this consolidation. You see these 3 small bars. If I just zoom in, we've seen the market consolidate a little bit, and on the hourly, this probably looks like kind of sideways trending channel. And this is kind of what we want to see ideally here, because although it can keep pushing higher, and that'll be great, it's nice to see a little bit of a kind of peaceful zone, just so if there is a pullback, it's not going to be kind of directly down like we saw here. If we look here, it just went up, and then it dropped straight away in a day. So this allows for some people to kind of take profits, make new positions, and it kind of stops the market pulling back as quickly, and also gives you a bit of time to react if it does. So a break below the 440 level would be pretty bearish here. I'm probably looking to close out in the next few days if this doesn't push any higher, but if it does, I might just pull my stop loss up to this 460 region just to kind of lock in most of this profit and then see what happens, because it's very difficult to tell what the upside is going to be here. I mean, the 500 level probably going to have some kind of resistance here, but if it's not the 500 level, then I really don't know where it is. I guess the 600 would probably be the next target. And this is the first time this market's made an all-time high since June, and the last time it made an all-time high was actually, I guess, this whole kind of exponential run up here. And you can see that when it does make an all-time high, for example, here it broke the 100 level. So if imagine this is the equivalent of the 400 level, it rallied all the way up to 200. So if we could easily go to 800 on this if we see a similar pattern. And again, in the 26th of June, we had the all-time high of 200. And once it broke 200, it went straight to 400. So when we go to break 400, we may well go all the way to 800 here. I really don't know. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this in the next few days. If it starts pulling back, I'll close out. But if not, I'm looking to kind of keep this and try and maximize the upside here. So just keep an eye on this again, and yeah, so watch out for this upside, and the 500 levels kind of the next key support here, resistance. Sorry, and the last one is this Litecoin move again. Pretty boring the last few months. Not much has really been happening. We've been stuck between the 48 and the kind of 64 region. And then we saw a breakout above 70 here, which is when I signaled to enter. Again, hopefully some people caught this. I posted this on the Facebook group. I posted this on eToro. And if you're not part of the mailing list, send me a message and give me your email address. I'll add you to the mailing list. So all trades now are going to be sent via email every morning, just to give me some control over who has access to the signals, because I don't want people selling them on again, which I know people maybe have been doing, and people do to other pages, kind of take the signals and sell them for their own profit. So I want to have some control over who has them. So if you're not getting these kind of daily updates with trade alerts, then give me a message and give me your email address, and I'll get you on the list. So there'll be the kind of risk in there, stop loss, and also the kind of order prices, just so you can kind of follow these trades if you want, or just learn from them. So anyway, back to this Litecoin move. We had the entry at the 73 level. Because the volatility was pretty low here, I actually had a very tight stop loss, so I think it was around the 68 mark, maybe the 65 mark, which means this kind of risk reward is already very good. I think the profit, I'm not logged into my account, but I think I'm on about $1,500 profit on this move just in the last 3 days. And again, Friday was the big mover. We saw it go from 77 up to 87. Well, this might be Saturday, actually. Yeah, Saturday. Friday, we saw the kind of push from 70 to 76. And now we're at the all-time high, which I really, really like here. I think this has probably got a lot more upside in it, just because I think anytime we see a break of all-time high, a lot of people will start piling their money in. There'll be a lot of kind of news about this Litecoin breaking all-time high. People are going to start putting money into it, thinking it's going to be the next Bitcoin or the next Ethereum. In terms of long-term potential, I really don't care about this. I just want the short-term momentum. So I'm not looking to value invest in this. I just want to capture this momentum. And I think the next significant resistance is probably going to be this $100 level. Again, just because it's psychologically significant, it's going to be an area where people have a lot of take profits and they kind of start closing out. So we'll look out for this upside in the next week or so, and we'll just keep an eye on this. That's it for this video. These are the three big movers. Again, I'm in positions on Bitcoin Cash, which I'm long on. I'm keeping an eye on NEO, which is another crypto that I trade on Plus 500 that I've added to my portfolio. I'll probably be long on that in the next few days. And in terms of FX positions, I'm kind of short the yen on CHF JPY and USD JPY at the moment. They're a very small loss, kind of consolidating a little bit. I'm long sugar, which again is hitting kind of yearly highs, which is really good to see. That's about a $300 profit there. What else? I think, GBP Ordinary New Zealand, those positions are both going well. They're up about $150, $200. So all positions are in profit at the moment. 10 positions now, because I added USD JPY, and 8 or 9 of them are in profit. So really good at the moment. Hopefully going to keep pushing up in the next few days. I was up 10% last week. Looking hopefully finish the month up another 10%, which would put me at 30% for the month, because I'm already up 20%. So 30% month would be pretty incredible right now. My target for Christmas is to be at around the $50,000 level, which I'm already on track to beat. So the next target is going to be $100,000. So hopefully you guys are going to follow these signals with me and get there. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you've got any questions. And if you're not on the emailing list, remember to send me a message either on Facebook or on the email. It's ewan@the2traders.com. It's EUAN@the2traders.com. Send me an email and I'll get you on the list. Thanks for listening.